The reason that we made this car was primarily for the people who wanted to run dirt. The Legends car has done a great job over the past 19 years, but it was primarily designed for people that wanted to learn on asphalt and learn about setting asphalt cars up. This thing we did primarily for the guys that want to start on dirt. It's a center steering car, it's a straight axle car. We built it to drive a lot like a sprint car and a midget. With a Legends car on the pavement, it's been a great transition to late models onto trucks, and there are several guys that are running NASCAR and the Cup Series right now that started in Legends cars. So we're hoping that this Legends car here, for if you've got dirt tracks and things in your area, that it's a stepping stone maybe up to midgets, sprints, the World of Outlaws, whatever, and then again eventually on up. The grassroots part of what we're trying to do is make affordable, safe racing for everybody, whether you want to run dirt or pavement, and I think this car does that. One of the things that we designed into this car primarily, number one, was safety. We want people to have fun in it, and you can't have fun if you're worried about getting hurt. So we put more room in the roll cage. The roll cage is designed, again, primarily around a World of Outlaws sprint car, which has proven to be very safe as you see those things tumbling through the air. Unfortunately, on dirt, and as you're driving a race car, you do tip over. These cars do have good roll cages in them. They do have good driver room. You must have a full containment seat, which means that holds your shoulders, it holds your head. We've looked at a lot of other safety things. The car has a fuel cell as compared to a fuel tank. So safety was primarily the number one thing that we worked on, and it was something that was tested. We've moved bars, we've got the driver protected, sits pretty far back in almost what we call a pro stock style roll cage where you're sitting in a cocoon. So it is a very safe race car. Even though it's fast, it drives like a race car, but it is a very safe race car.
I'm Cantrell from California. I raced road course go-karts for 10 years, and normally I run a Legends car in Pro Division. I just started driving it today. They're a lot of fun. It's a steep learning curve, that's for sure, but a lot of fun to drive. It's not too hard to drive. It's not too out of control. It doesn't have too much horsepower. Once you get in the rhythm, you kind of know what it's going to do. Just getting there, is the hard part. Going from asphalt, but that's a lot of fun.
When you start with a spec series car that is designed for fun, sometimes they don't drive like real race cars. And we worked very hard to make sure this car could use a right rear tire that was a racing style tire, but not expensive, and would be, again, primarily designed for dirt. The driver sits in the center just like a sprint car, straight axle, actual sprint car or midget style steering, and it's got a lot of power. You know, the engine that these US Legends guys put together have a great torque curve, and the way that this thing is designed with a live axle rear end, just like a sprint car, it accelerates really good so you can get it sideways. We've worked really hard on the steering geometry, the wheelbase. This is a car that really went through a lot of engineering from my years of experience. My wife, Erin Crocker, who is a World of Outlaws driver, has helped us with it. It's not something that we just threw together. It's something that there's been a lot of thought, a lot of design. We used a lot of the same technology and engineering resources that we built our chassis and cars with at Evernham Motorsports.
I'm Erin Crocker Evernham, World of Outlaws feature winner, qualified for the Knoxville Nationals twice in my career. Obviously, being married to Ray, I was part of the design team of this car. Came out here to East Lincoln Speedway quite a few times and tested it, tried to give my feedback. I know that it was important to them that the car would be easy to drive for a woman, not difficult on our arms, because us girls aren't built with that upper body strength. So that's one thing we worked on. The first time we came out here, it was a little tough to steer, so they've made major gains on that. I drove it today, and it is much easier to drive. I think it's a great new car, a great way for racers to learn how to drive in the dirt. There's guys in the Cup Series like Jeff Gordon, Casey Kane, Tony Stewart, Jimmy Johnson, all have dirt racing in their background, and they say that driving in the dirt helped them learn car control. Getting comfortable with the car sideways, these new COT cars, we talk about how they're always in yaw, and it all goes back to feeling comfortable sideways like on the dirt. So I think for any young racer, this is a great series. It's a car that's easy to drive, not too difficult on the arms, which is always important for us girls, but also a great way to learn car control and a great way to have fun. I love racing on the dirt. But it's a great entry-level way to get onto the dirt and get the feel of a car being sideways. I have never raced a non-wing sprint car or a non-wing midget, but I've tested it on the dirt, and a USAC midget feels really similar to this. I'm not comparing horsepower, just the actual feel of the car. So I think this is a great way to get your feet wet on the dirt, see if you like it, and like I said, a great entry-level way to get involved in the dirt. And if you want to go from here to mini sprints, then up to 360s, or you want to start here and make the jump to 360s, I just think it's a great way to learn the feel of driving on the dirt, getting comfortable with the car sideways underneath you. It feels really similar to sitting in my sprint car. You know, you're sitting up kind of in an upright position, just like a sprint car or a midget. Really comfortable. You can see all around you. You feel pretty protected in there. You know, it's roomy enough that you're not jammed in, but at the same time you feel well surrounded and pretty safe.
I was part of the design and the fabrication of them. We put a lot of time into them, a lot of work into just making them comfortable, make them drive well. They got a lot of power. They handle real well, so they're going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be good racing. The handling of the car and the motors. If you don't keep it revved up right, slip up a little bit. It'll give the guy behind you an opportunity to pass you. And if you get a bunch of cars out here, I think it's going to be great racing. Oh, these cars are a blast. You got to get yourself one of these.
This car is absolutely designed for somebody who wants to start. You can learn about dirt racing in a safe way. You can learn the basics of a sprint car or a midget as you're going up. But again, it's a car that serves a lot of purposes. It's great for people who want to start, and it's great for people who just want to have fun and go racing, because it doesn't require a lot of maintenance. It doesn't require a lot of tools. When we built it, we were very aware of how many tools it took to work on it. We wanted to make sure that most of the bolts were the same size, that you did not have to have a big, large toolbox to maintain this thing. So if you've got a pickup truck, a small toolbox, you can go race this car.